Today we will visit a bakery in Seoul, Korea and see how they make 6 different flavors of fish bread. Well, the bread is shaped like a fish, but it doesn't taste like a fish. We see the young man open his restaurant as the sun rises. He is doing the preparation of all the ingredients he'll be using for the bread. This is his show. He's the only employee working at this establishment. Cooking, purchasing, sales, and cleanup for his fish bread store. Using a giant pot filled with water, he estimates the amount of ingredients. Starch, rice powder, salt, and flour, then whips it up. A low viscosity batter is poured into molds later. I love this food processor. It runs by hand. The first ingredient, sliced and diced, is onion. Wow, that little grinder chops the mushrooms and peppers into little pieces too. Now, ground beef is added to the pan along with corn and the mixture is sautéed. And when almost ready, pizza sauce is added. Season to taste with salt, basil, oregano, garlic, sugar, and then add a little bit of cream. Chop some thin layers of tofu. Fry up with some chili paste and corn. Yummy! Seems like it's a Mexican vegetarian filling. Now, set aside. Cream cheese, a whole block, chopped to the perfect size. Red bean paste gets fried tempura batter flakes, tenkatsu, added for crunch. Whisk up the instant custard filling mix. Lastly, there is the apple jam, cinnamon, and banana mix to be added to the Nutella for a very sweet fill. All are prepared, so it's time to make the fish bread with the 6 different fillings ready for the morning rush. The batter is poured into the cast iron fish waffle iron. He knows his customers, so he will estimate how many of each type of filling he will need to make. The batter is poured on both sides. First the red bean filling, and then the custard. These sell for 75 cents or $0.75 US. That's half the price of the ones with the more elaborate ingredients. Those sell for $1.50 and are worth it. The Mexican-style tofu mixture gets topped with either Monterey Jack or mozzarella cheese. I prefer Monterey Jack. More batter is added, then the grill iron is shut and flipped. Lots of batter drips off the side, yet this is better than having gaps in the bread. And the batter is inexpensive, and the waste scraps can feed the birds. On the other side, there is sweet potato paste and cream cheese topped with cherries and in their juice. After just a few minutes, the break is done. That fish shape looks so cute. Now they are ready to be cut out and put on their allotted spot on the rack. They can be eaten by hand like a sandwich or taken home and cut up on a plate. The ingredients stay fresh and soft in between the layers of the waffle-like bread. This little girl wants a sweet one. As it nears lunchtime, the meatier Mexican bread is a big seller, as well as the pizza bread. The custard makes a fine dessert, as does the apple banana fruit mixed Nutella. I really like that no single plastic or styrofoam containers were used with this dude's food stand. Only a paper bag and fresh ingredients. With the lunch rush, they can be made to order in less than 10 minutes as well. The ingredients inside, mixed with the bread, taste delicious. I am trying to imagine what they taste like. I know I would love to try the Mexican style and bean paste one. The yam and cream cheese seems interesting too. Which would be your favorite? If you say all, that's okay too. I have to admit, when I saw the title of this video, I thought the 6 types would be different fish species and seasonings. I was thinking, geez, fish flavored bread? I wouldn't eat that. But it wasn't like that at all. I think it would be fun to have different molds, like frogs, teddy bears, or whatever. This street food looks really good and fun to eat. I have to see if someone is making these fish breads near me. I really want to eat one now. Now let's travel to Busan, South Korea and see how 2 types of Chinese noodles are made with unique sauce ingredients. These are called black bean noodle sauce or jjajangmyeon and spicy seafood red bean noodle sauce or jjigampong. For the black bean sauce, we start with giant onions, peeled and washed and largely sliced into square-like shapes. Beef cubes or steak cubes to be added later. Squid or calamari rings and tentacles are rinsed well, later to be added. Calamari comes from the Italian word for squid. These mollusks are related to the clams and mussels. To start the sauce, mix together liquid cornstarch, ground black pepper, onion powder, and ginger, along with 2 bottles of dark soy sauce. This will be heated along with a can of Chinese red soybean paste in a large pot. Add sugar, then hand mix, squeeze in any clumps, then stir. The main ingredient in this sauce is the Chinese soybean paste. This can be made by hand, but much easier to buy in a large bag. If making it at home, it also comes in small cans in some Asian grocery stores. To this, add caramel sauce, sugar, and hand mix. Notice that no measuring cups or spoons have been used thus far. I do find that interesting, but I guess these chefs know how to estimate just the right amount. Cup by cup, add the sauce made with the red beans to this. Add a bowl of cornstarch flour, then mix by hand. To thin out the sauce, add hot tap water. Now whisk. Add more water until the viscosity is just right. It's now the jjajangmyeon, black bean noodle sauce. Store until it's ordered and then it'll be cooked up with the other ingredients. Now it's time to prepare for our much different noodle dish, jjigampong seafood noodles. This one consists of much more fresh vegetables that will be sliced into long strips. Chinese cabbage is quartered and sliced thinly. Onion strips, large shreds of carrots, and zucchini. Boy, this meal is starting to look very healthy. Now that it's prepped, set aside until ready to be cooked with the noodles and seafood. To be cooked with the veggies are farmed baby clams, sometimes called geisha clams, which have been flash frozen while still alive, so their shell is still closed. A bag of cooked mussels, which was steamed upon capture, so their shells have opened. Rinse these thoroughly. Now for the Chinese noodles. These are wheat noodles, and they were invented in China about 2,000 years ago. One can make noodles from any type of flour, and there are over 1,000 types of noodles eaten in China today. Simply boil the noodles for 2 minutes to be added to the sauces. First, we'll make the jjajangmyeon. Start with 4 well-oiled skillets on the gas burners. Start sautéing the onions, beef, and squid. Constantly move the pan around and let the flames kiss the ingredients as you flambe. Add a bit of soy sauce and it's like a fireworks show. Once the ingredients are yellowish brown after a few minutes, add the black bean sauce you've prepared earlier. Let the flavors mix together on the flames and you are ready for the boiled and rinsed Chinese noodles. Almost ready. After sautéing together for a few minutes, set aside and remove the sauce noodles and place into the lightly greased skillet again to fry. Combine all together and while heating, add the toppings, shrimp, and then corn. Fried slices of potato, garlic chips, and parsley make the perfect toppings. Fry and flambe the thin beef strips and then add them to the sizzling skillet dish. More corn, parsley, and garlic, and it is ready to be served. The jjigampong is ready to be cooked. First, blacken the skillet with oil and add the baby clams, shells on. Add the vegetable strips, calamari, along with brown ear mushrooms, red and black pepper powder, and pepper oil. Flip, flambe, and let the high flames evenly cook the mixture. Add more pepper spice along with some cornstarch to thicken the sauce. As it cooks, add more water to get the thickness desired and to heat the mussels. Add the noodles and repeat as before, separating the noodles for further frying, then adding the ingredients all together. Add some cooked shrimp and top with bean sprouts. Serve on a wooden board, still sizzling. The jjajangmyeon. Seafood noodles can serve 2 to 3 people, who can divide it up and mix it on their plates. The cost is $22 US. For the meat lovers, the jjajangmyeon is served the same way, with a cost of $20 US or 26,000 Korean dollars. Thanks for watching this video, and if you'd like to watch more, please subscribe to the channel. Bon appetit!